Ugh. Oh, hi there, Georgianne. We're going to talk about obsidian for a little bit. Hi there, Ryan. Enough. Oh, the digging is done. Now I'm just waiting for them to come out. And by them, I mean the geotechnical people, for them to come out, make sure everything looks kosher, up to code. And then after that, they can come in, put gravel in, and then after they do that, do another test. And then once they give us the green light, then we can start doing the concrete. But today's video, we're gonna maybe start on a project, but I do want to talk about obsidian really quick. Do you ever get onyx? No, it's not an expensive stone. I just haven't found any. I don't get a lot of onyx. Not all the time. We do get. Let me think about it. No, I think maybe we do get it sometimes. Like the calcite onyx. Confusing with another stone in my head. Yeah, geotechnical people. Yeah, it'd be nice if we didn't have to do all the testing. It would save us. We'd be done with it by now. That's okay though. Okay, so the whole point of me going live today is there is someone on eBay selling gold sheen as fire obsidian for an absurd amount, and I want to show people the difference between gold sheen and fire obsidian, and the reason why to not buy it, so not buy the gold sheen, because you're gonna get ripped off. Oh, hi there, Ghost. I feel bad for Josh. He was live on TikTok, and TikTok banned him for a week for nudity on his live. And what he was doing, he was showing a fluorite, and someone reported the fluorite as nudity. I'm like, seriously? So yeah, he got in trouble with TikTok, which is really silly. All right, let me grab these stones here. Okay, so I grabbed a few rocks from out back. What I grabbed is I grabbed at least one mahogany, and the other ones are gold sheen. Troy, yeah, Marion. So yeah, someone reported his live that had nudity in it, and it didn't have nudity. I think it was maybe could have been another seller that was maybe jealous. or whatever it was, and so he got in trouble for a week. No, it wasn't even just a piece. It was just someone that probably just like blindly reported him or just didn't like him, which is silly. That's one other reason why I don't like going live on TikTok, because there's always the chance that someone could report you for a ridiculous reason. My phone on? I think my phone's on Wi-Fi. Yeah, we're on Wi-Fi. Cool. All right, pause this, and then you're going to go to all messages. Yeah, it really is. I mean, he said that he's going to try to go live from his alt account, but still, it's like, that's messed up, because, you know, there's people that rely on those live sales to be able to live. And to be banned like that for a week, that's hard. Of course, there's a bug in my coffee. Why wouldn't there be? You can stop me a little nap. I'll drink worse. As we look at the dwarf with, hey, it's not a dwarf. It is a gnome. And also, Marion, I don't know if you don't know the story to that gnome. I found that gnome in our backyard when we moved in, or after we moved in, I should say, and it was in the garden. And I took that gnome, and I got it all cleaned up, painted it kind of in my likeness, and became a staple of the channel. Okay. So these pieces here, so this is a mixture of gold sheen. I think it's mostly gold sheen for these. But here, let me do this one. Let me grab my phone. The beggest of finest pardons. Let's go to eBay. I'm not gonna show the seller's name because I don't want to be that guy. But you type in Fire Obsidian on eBay, and you get a piece like that, and they're charging $168 plus $19 delivery, which is a little absurd. Like that piece is worth it. That piece would be worth it, but then you keep scrolling. I hope no one else bought those pieces, because that's going to be really sad if someone got ripped off. There we go. So I see a piece like this. I'll click on the picture, but I'm just going to try to avoid the person's name, because again, I don't want to be that person. Hi there, Luke. Hi, Reptile. Let's go and click on it. Click on the picture so we're not showing the person's name. There we go. Okay. So this piece, they are advertising for $378 and almost $19 in shipping. We click on it here. There we go. So that is gold sheen. Now, the thing about gold sheen is it can have fire layers. In fact, I actually have a piece on the shelf. I have an example piece. So this gold sheen right here, that's gold sheen. And as you can, got all the gold sheen in there. Gold sheen, gold sheen, gold sheen. There are really minute layers of low-grade magnetite, but it's not high enough to be considered like even worth it. Those are also fire layers, but again, they're so compact, they're in such small space, it's not really worth it as a really gemmy, like this piece. I'll show up this piece in a second. This is a good piece. This is not. This is more of a display rock. Howdy there, Becky. So it's not mahogany. Mahogany is more like this. This is mahogany. Mahoganies are typically a very solid color. Typically reds and oranges, like a solid color through and through. There's no really that much buoyancy to it. This is mahogany. This is gold sheen. There's a little bit of a difference there. But yeah, there's this is why I want to address this, because it's been driving me nuts for the last couple days. So you have people here that are trying to sell this as Fire Obsidian, and it's quite frankly, it's getting to me a little bit because I don't want people to get ripped off. Like this is not Fire Obsidian. This is Gold Sheen with hints of minute traces of Fire Obsidian. For example, let's say how much they say, like $378 for that piece they're asking, and I think they're basing off that little itty bitty layer right there. If you were to take the time to, oh, thank you for liking and sharing, I definitely appreciate that. If you were to take the time to cut that little piece out, make a cab with it, you were not going to be getting your money's worth out of that stone. It's, the finished material doesn't mean it always will. It can go between $25 to $100 a gram for finished cabs and slabs. But again, you still have to kind of think about like how big the stone is, how much waste material there is, and to try to make a cab out of that, it's not feasible. It doesn't make any sense. Oh, man, sorry. Yeah, so this is like, people be warned. Just like kind of keep an eye out for that kind of stuff. I don't want you getting ripped off. If you go online and you find a piece of Fire Obsidian, if you want to know if it's a good deal or not, please reach out to me. I am happy to help. I'm not out there looking to snag a sale from underneath someone else or snag a claim between you, but I want to make sure that you're getting a good deal and not getting ripped off. But yeah, that's been bugging me for the last couple of days. I saw that and I'm like, okay, I gotta address this. To anyone that's willing to listen anyway. Oh, man. And that's why I went out back and I grabbed, this came from the pile out back, and some of these rocks smell a little bit from just all the tree litter and stuff. But yeah, if we look close enough, sometimes in some of these pieces, I didn't check these pieces outside, but sometimes you can actually see small little itty bitty layers of fire. But again, it's not worth it to extract it from these kind of pieces. It doesn't make sense. Because that might be a layer right there. It's just in a weird angle. Luke. Hi there, Steven. Yeah, doing pretty good. I'm not gonna hide it. Today was I did not want to be vertical today. And I don't mean to lie. I spent a lot of the day kind of horizontal, just not having a lot of energy and such. So I just trying to kick it the best I could, I guess. I told Amy I might go live, and she's like, "You should." I'm like, "Okay." So I figured I'd spend a day kind of going over this stuff here, because like this, again, I do not want you being ripped off. That is why I'm doing this. Like right there, that is technically a magnetite layer, be it a super low like grade. Like if I were to find this in just a black chunk of rock, that gradient, I wouldn't even touch it. I would pitch it. I wouldn't even bother with it. I need a spray bottle. Oh, hi there, Janet. Kaylee, howdy. These are Obsidian. I was just going over kind of what to look out for as far as not getting scammed online. Because there's people out there that are trying to sell the Gold Sheen as Fire Obsidian for an absurd amount of absurd cost. But yeah. So that's like a borderline between like almost a silver sheen, but a super low grade. Because a lot of this is magnetite layers, but again, it's just not high quality enough to be really even worth working. Though it doesn't mean that there's not fire in this piece, because there is a lot of layers. See all the layering? All those layers, it has the potential to have fire in it. But it's a lot of work to see if it's even worth it. A lot of times you have to cut it and like cut it at an angle to expose all those layers, and then see if it's worth grinding down to. Yes, and Marion, I had a piece in here somewhere. Oh gosh, I should have kept it within reach anyway. Because internal fractures can also give you the false hope of having a fire layer. It's fooled me a couple times. Well, hi there, Kira. Like this piece right here, this piece I just got in. I bought it. You can actually see some of the color a little bit right there. Let's get it wet though. Get a little water on there. So that's got a nice layer in there. There we go. And so you can kind of see how like over here it doesn't have any color at all. And then it's kind of, actually, is that a separate layer altogether? No, that's the same layer. This transitions into like a very colorful layer. So that one is actually a very good piece. I had a flashlight. I'm coming in hot with a, there we go. There we go. See that? See that flash? That is what you, ooh, oh my gosh, I didn't even look at this with the light when I got it. Like this is the first time I'm actually looking at this with the light and water. Oh man. That was actually a really good deal. Okay, I like this. Where does that layer go? Sorry, I'm looking off camera here. Oh, I can't tell. Okay. There's not a whole lot of wiggle room for that one. Yeah, I think I am going to polish this one. I did be very careful because there's not a lot of wiggle room on this piece. There's probably about a sheet of paper, maybe a sheet and a half thickness between the top here and that layer right down here. And then it kind of tapers off up here. So I'm going to do my best to try to polish that. And we'll work on it a little bit here tonight. I just don't know if we'll have time to actually get it polished because Amy's making dinner right now. But this is what you want to look for when you're buying fire obsidian. If you think you got a good deal, please do not hesitate to reach out and ask me, hey, is this a good deal? I do not want to see you buying a rock and then after the fact tell me, hey, did I get a good deal buying this rock? And I don't want to be the bearer of bad news. Be like, yeah, sorry, you got ripped off. No, it's like this won't be $2,000. I mean, I have pieces that could go for that much, but it doesn't mean I'm gonna sell it for that much. So we'll get this worked. We'll get it weighed, and then kind of go from there. And I think with this piece, I might actually end up polishing both sides. This piece, I think, deserves to be polished on both sides. Hopefully we can keep some of that blue in there. That'd be nice. It'd be really nice if we can keep that. You'll pay $2,000. Yeah, we'll go ahead and start working on both sides. I think we'll have to round down the edges a little bit. What I like to do is I like to kind of soften things because that's very sharp right here. And so we'll soften that up with the diamond wheels first. And then we'll go back through and kind of soften the edges a little bit and then do the tops and bottom. And how's the finish on that? It's a kind of rough, it's kind of been roughly ground down a little bit. So we might have to spend a little time on this, especially on that one side. This back side here. That's not bad. But yeah, again, just to kind of reiterate, mahogany, gold sheen, actual fire. Mahogany, gold sheen, actual fire. Please, again, do not hesitate to reach out to me if you think you found a good deal, because I want to help you. I'm not out here to buy every single piece of fire obsidian because I already have some outside that I have stashed for a rainy day, and I don't need a bunch of it. I just buy this sometimes because I think it makes good content for cutting and polishing. Get our lights turned on here. We're gonna zoom in. Actually, you know what? Yeah, we'll use this machine. Oh, nice, Troy. You will need a charge cable for the phone. I like how like YouTube is like once prompted me to do like add a Q&A sticker. Is that if a ghost, what would you haunt? I can think of a couple things. Rock related. Get these out of my way. I hope everyone's having a good week so far. I know I'm moving kind of slow today. Very slow. Nice, Ghost. I would appreciate that. Are we plugged in? We're plugged in. Grab my drinks. Keep that thing charged. Did everyone see my post of the doodle of the upcoming shop? As I get my apron on here. God, I'm sweating so much. Oh yeah, Ghost. The recent short video that I did, that was an older video on the TikTok thing I did. I've been trying to take some videos that I put over there and bring them over here. Not all of them, some of them. What are they, Michael? Absolutely, Reptile. Thank Amy for that. I almost didn't go live at all. She's like, "You can go live." I'm like, "Okay." All right. So again, I got my ring off so we don't damage my ring, and we are going to go ahead and we're going to use the diamond grit to again round down the edges here and go from there. Hopefully, we have enough water in the machine. I haven't topped it off lately. Again, cannot state this enough. If you think you got a good deal on the Fire Obsidian, please reach out. Let me know. Because I don't want you getting ripped off. Promise I won't bite from underneath your nose. It's almost like when I see people posting this regular obsidian for sale on the Facebook Marketplace, and this is like absolute absurd amounts. We might lose. I don't want to lose this spot up here, but I mean we're gonna probably end up losing this over here. Dang. Dang it. There's too much of this right here. It's going down too much. There's a lot of like nooks and crannies, and that blue color that's over here, really the only way to really save that is if I were to just take the saw and cut it right here, make a smaller cab to save that blue color. Dang it. Yeah, I mean, Fire Obsidian can be worth a fair amount, but again, I had to kind of like try to think of a way to say this. So, as I said before, it can be worth $25 to $100 a gram for polished cabs or slabs, and of course, that really depends on color, clarity, you know, all the things that normal stones would be charged based off of. But just because something is worth that much doesn't mean it's going to sell for that much. For example, I have an 8-pound piece that even after I would probably grind away, I'd probably lose maybe a pound of it. It has 2 really good layers and a hidden 3rd layer that would be kind of sacrificial to grind through it to get the other layers. But still, at that price range, which is, it should be a fairly good layer, just because it's going to be worth that much doesn't mean it's going to go for that much. Or the only way to really sell it for that much would be to break it down into smaller pieces and sell those small pieces, which I don't want to do. So I need a... Where's my little pencil? I thought I canceled it. But yeah, I mean, not just Obsidian, but there's other stuff I see on Facebook Marketplace. I think I saw someone selling a stone that was like just a regular rock for like hundreds of dollars, and they were selling it for that much because it looked like the side profile of like whatever it was. I'm like, come on. Wow, that one. Oof. That is a bright stone. Oh my goodness. I should do the before video. I didn't do it a before video. I mean, I guess I come back through. I can clip the video from this live, but like... Look at that. Here, let's just do this. Turn off that one. Turn off this one. Oh man. Okay. That's a good one. There wasn't a whole lot of pictures on when I bought this one, so this was a gamble piece. Again, this is the side I have to be very careful because it's really shallow on this. Like it's like barely over here and then it tapers off down here. So I have to be very, very careful not to grind down too far. But that is a hot piece. So slow and steady. I'm not in any rush. Man, I can't get over this piece. That's a beautiful piece. Let's carefully grind that away. Over here on the side. Wow. I wish the whole thing was this color right there. It has 2 layers for sure. No, it's just 2 layers. But it looks like it kind of like split down here, maybe like oxidized differently, if I had to guess. So, man, one of 3 things are going to happen. Either one, we're going to leave this alone. I'm not going to touch this part. Because if we touch this part, then we actually will have to grind through this one and we'll lose that color. 2, we take the saw, we cut away. Where's my pencil? I had a pencil and it's not here. We cut away, make a separate cap from this part over here. Just kind of cut that out. But here's the thing, that white layer, this little crevice, that's going to stay there. So it's not going to go anywhere. The other option is to very carefully take it to the saw, and again, going back to the saw, and cut very carefully right here. And then hopefully it stays together. And then make the smallest of cabs. Or 2, grind through it, and then we lose that piece altogether, and then polish this all up. Man, I hate those decisions. The back side also has fire, so we're gonna be polishing both sides. I don't know if we'll have time to get it polished tonight, but we're gonna try. And if whatever I don't get tonight, we'll do tomorrow. Man, that's a hot piece. Yeah, and you know, what I almost need to do, I need to, actually, no, I have a small trim saw. I think I just need to get a new blade for it. Also, high rack round there. Can't stop looking at this piece. That's beautiful. In the back really quick. So I keep bumping the camera here. I'm gonna leave this light up for a while after it ends. But I think I'm gonna make us another smaller short, kind of telling people to kind of watch out for those fire obsidian posts. Because I really don't want people getting ripped off. I know a lot of you will probably know the difference, but there's a lot of people out there that don't. Oh, there's TJ. Moving down the edges here. Chippy there on the edge. Ah, there, Tuttle. I am putting water all over the floor. Can't have that. Hold on. Let's empty out this. Patch up a little bit. Probably go to bed at a normal time tonight. Maybe. If I can, I want to grind this down without going too far down. Still save that corner piece. If I can, it'd be nice. That's gonna be a really nice piece. Hands down. We're going to kind of dome this side here a little bit. Round it down. Just going to allow some of that light in. I was looking at the, was it Inland Crafts? What's it called? The wire saws that they have. I'm like, it probably wouldn't hurt to have one of those, but I was looking at the kind of the specifics of it, and it directly says on there that you cannot use that on thick slabs or like big pieces of rock. Like those are specifically more for like thin stuff or coral. And anything bigger, than you have to use a high-tech trim saw. You have to get a diamond bandsaw. It's the same company as High-Tech Diamond. It's like a side company. To get in here, and let's kind of make that look better. Really want to. I might have to. If I can, I might cut this part out. Because I want to be able to polish this right here without losing this. Or should I just leave it on there and just like leave it as is and not worry about that? I'll leave it alone for now. But it's on my mind to do that. We do have to kind of still sand this down a bit more. Georgianne says yes. I probably could use contour polishing. I just haven't done a lot of contour with Obsidian. If at all. I think the last time I did like a contour finish on anything was actually, where is it? The last time I did a contour on a rock, it was this right here. That was the last time I did a contour on the inside with a Dremel. And this is a lot softer and was easier to work with, kind of. A lot of pitting still. It's like whoever worked on this piece was doing a lot of work with the diamond wheel and realized they were probably going down too far and they stopped and left a lot of pitting in there, so you gotta try to get that pitting out without damaging that top layer too much. I'll show you what I mean here. These little white marks on the surface. It's all pitting from using a diamond wheel. And we have to get that out before we can really go onto any other stage, and it's all over the top of this piece. Could have finished clean over Obsidian too. It's gonna take a minute. me get you all like above my workstation. Look back, Ryan. Ugh. Nah, it's not bad for the wheel. It's just, it'll happen a lot with like glassy materials, and like even opals. If you use like a diamond grit, it just takes a little bit longer to grind out. Hi there, Adrian Anderson. It takes a while. Reptile. Yes, if you would be so kind to hit a like. I would certainly appreciate it. On this backside here, the layer actually you might be able to see a little bit. No, maybe not. Only a little bit. That layer dips down. You can someone could almost grind this side down to chase that layer a little bit and make the stone look brighter. Hi there, Phil. Turn off this light. Turn off this light instead. There we go, that's much better. The phone does not like the LED lights very much for recording. Still there. He used to make eyeglass lenses. He used the same wheels. Oh, interesting. So, my supplier friend Josh, he had asked me if I'd be interested in polishing a bunch of polyhedroids, because I guess his other supplier friend, I forgot how many kilos he said he got. I think it said 30 to 40 kilos of like old stock polyhedroids that are uncut. And my mouth was like watering. I'm like, what? I told him I wouldn't mind, like, my issue with like taking on a big project like that, because they have to stay flat if you're gonna polish those. You really need like a good flat lap, or even like a vibratory lap, which I don't have. And I told him, like, you know, it probably wouldn't hurt to have like multiple machines going, but then you have to kind of like justify the cost of buying those for those to keep things pretty flat. You know what I noticed lately is on YouTube, on the app, on the phone app, if you're watching someone's video, it does not show you how many subscribers they have under the video. And I think it must be a new thing, and I kind of get why they're doing it, but at the same time, I was like, I would like to see people's subscriber count a little bit. It's like when they removed the dislike button, so you can't see how many dislikes the video has. As someone that does a lot of like how-to videos at home, I rely on the dislike ratios on videos, so I can see if the video is even worth like watching and learning how to do something. They could really bring it back. Slow process, but someone's got to do it. Yeah, it's taking forever. Oh, let's now have some coffee really quick. Bill's on the same page. Man, that ran deep. There's still a couple more on there that I have to get out. I'm trying to focus the sanding part down here. Get those marks out. And there's still some over up here on top. That's turning out to be a really nice piece. Super nice. Wow. Keep that light turned off. So River's birthday is next week. Her birthday's on Tuesday. She's gonna be 5 years old. And I think I know what we should do for her birthday. She said she wanted to go to the beach like a while back. I think we should almost take her to the aquarium. Maybe. She hasn't been in a long time. I think last time we were there, I think we had her stroller. Maybe she would like it more now. Now she's kind of more aware. It goes. Well, 60 don't hit me. That's true, Ryan. Though there were some really bad, like there were some videos I've seen where like it was like bad device, it was bad video quality. It's just like a 20-minute video that could have been 5 minutes. Like I really rely on like. Sorry, I really rely on those dislike ratios to let me know if it was like something I should have clicked on or not. And I keep stopping, but I have to stop to check it frequently. Oh, it's still there. Dang. It really goes to show how much material that we're actually removing. Like, it's a little bit of time. Right there, Kohi. I mean, yeah, so for those that don't know, yeah, so as a content creator, we can still see the dislikes when people dislike our videos. It's not public for everyone else. Yeah, Ryan, I think like I get dislikes in my videos too, but I think it's a mixture of, I think I have a couple haters out there. But it could be that someone like, you know, like you said, this maybe isn't interested in the video and hits dislike to maybe sort of pop up on the feed again. But I think most of my dislikes are just from people that don't like me. Almost gone. Almost gone. See, that's why I have the little pads here, so when I drop it, it's not going to hurt the stone. It's a big brain move right there. Yeah, I would love to have a bunch of the old stock polyhedroid agates that are uncut. If I had the kind of money, I'd just offer to buy all of them. Yeah, right. I see that too. It's kind of frustrating. Though, I should be careful what I say, because I may have 100% used hashtag Opalite in one of my Opal videos. You know, it wasn't Opalite that I posted, but I was going based off the Taylor Swift new song. So thank Amy for that one. She was saying I could use Opalite as a hashtag because it's going to be trending, and she wasn't wrong. It's just, it still didn't go viral. Almost done, I promise. 37 of you here trust the process. No, Ghost, the video I posted about the drama on TikTok, that was an old video that I posted. That's, my necklace is still down here to my left. Oh, that's not that. Thanks for bringing that up. I just got my pencil because of that. Now that was an older video. I've been taking some older videos off TikTok and put on YouTube. So long it was family friendly for the most part. There are a couple of videos that aren't family friendly that are on TikTok. See, now I found a pencil. I can show you what I'm looking at here. Come on, give me some lead. So I have there's a mark here I'm trying to get out, and there's another one I can see from the reflection of the light right here. So once I get these two spots out, then we can go ahead and go on to the next stage, and they're almost gone. The only way I could do that was if you had to do it. No, so these ones are not Ash Pockets Ghost. These ones are, that is from the diamond grinding stage. And that's why it's really hard to show it on camera. Like if you were here in person, I could show it really easily. But those marks are from the diamond grinding stage. They're just like really deep scratches. And so we're trying to get those out the best we can. Without going down too far, I'm going to the stone here. Remember to still blend it so we're not having a weird sand spot on the surface. That is, it's a nice piece. I just wish that this part was a little better. So we might have to leave this part alone for now. For now. It's still there. Yeah, he's just running deep. I mean, Ghost, I can try to calculate how much it's gonna cost. Give you like a rough ballpark. I have to weigh it first. And I'm assuming that you probably sold me a polisher, right? I could just throw it in your box as is. It's just like it's barely hanging in there. It's just, come on. Ain't got no gas. Come on. Get out of there. I'm gonna go to the next stage. This part's like, it can be frustrating. Like, you just have one spot that's just like refusing to like let go. Fair enough, Ghost. Okay, we almost got it. It's almost out. Here, tell you what, Ghost. I'll give you first dibs on it. How about that? First right of refusal. Yes. Fingers crossed. That was the last part. Nope, it was not. Okay. Good thing I don't have a temper and throw this thing across the shop. No, I've had rocks I've worked on before where it's just like so infuriating that like the scratch wasn't coming out. It was just taking too long. Yeah, I'm fine with that, Ghost. It's out. I got it. It's no longer there. Sweet. Alright, cool. Next stage. Lordy, that took forever. The silky greenstone, Georgian, do you mean the fibrous malachite by chance? Oh shoot, I don't think I was on the backside. I was so here. We have to go back a step for the backside. I thought I was done. I got so excited I forgot to do the backside of the stone. See, I'm trying to think. Yes, Georgian, I could definitely set aside a piece of that. I had to think about that for a second. That's the Chinese silky malachite. But yeah, I'll definitely set aside a piece for you. There's plenty there. Alright. Luck at this side won't take too long. Hopefully. We'll find out. We're going to unplug the phone for a little bit because the cord's in my way. I will show you the way. That's better. There is a cool piece of fire obsidian out in a bucket. It's a really beautiful piece, and it should have like a bunch of purples in it. I need to find it and work on it. Yeah, that doesn't take too long. There's still some marks up there. Let's see if you guys can see it. Up here. Oh, there's saw marks right there. They're either saw marks or grind marks. Actually, they might be grinding marks up here in the top. So Ghost, I'm going to ask you, do you want me to leave this part here, right here on the edge alone? Leave it alone right there? And not, like, just kind of avoid, like, ruining it? Because that is a nice little color side right there. You gotta go. I'll leave it be. I'm fine with that. So it's gonna be hard to pick up on camera, but there is a spot right, and that is from a diamond grind wheel. Just kind of focus on the edge of the wheel a little bit. Typically, and I talk about this quite a bit, if you're using these tab machine wheels, ideally you want to use the whole wheel the best you can. But sometimes I still do use the edge of the wheel to kind of work out certain spots of stone, which you still be very careful because I may have messed up on something, and we'll see if it shows. If you're focusing on the edge of the wheel, you have to be very careful. Hopefully I worked it out. No, I didn't. See that line right there? That is from me slipping. It caught the edge of the wheel, and it's not really a deep enough gouge to be a problem. I can sand that out. That's not a big deal. But you still have to be very careful when you work on the edge of the wheel, because that can happen. So keep the stone flush the best you can with the working surface. Again, if you go in at an angle and hit the edge, you're gonna do what I'm doing right now and have to fix that. And sometimes it fixes easily, other times it doesn't. Well, hurry up, okay? So you don't need to collect rocks because of the way they look naturally when you find them? Oh, Josh, I mean, it depends on what the stone is. I mean, here, I will show you. I got a lot of rocks. The lights aren't turned on right now, but I do have specimens all over my shelf. I got fossils, I have crystals, and other stuff over there. But yeah, typically how a rocks look depends on if I pick it up or not. Sometimes it just depends on how it looks. For example, I picked this up on the Oregon coast. That is a teredo wood. And I polished that one up. And that was probably the best piece I've ever found. Nice and gemmy. Because a lot of times they're kind of they're not this nice. So it depends on the piece. Or like this one right here, this little opal from Spencer. That was for my crater dig. Little guy. Yeah, got rocks everywhere. And yeah, just everywhere. Or like over here. This actually came from Utah. Little trilobite. My daughter calls them trilobites. But I collected that one. I prepped it. I used baking soda in an abrasive machine and clean that up. Yeah, rocks are cool. No, that's an ancient sea bug, basically. The oversimplified version of it. I plan on going back next year for a few days. Still there. See, that's what happens when you mess up. It takes forever to work out your mistake. We'll get it out. And for everyone that hasn't seen the video or the post lately, this weekend's live sale is going to start Friday at the shop. He fixed it. And I think I even got the other thing out too. Ah, there's some sparkles. So I look for sparkling, like I call them sparkles. There's a couple sparkles down here in the bottom, which is another indication of gotta grind it down a little bit more. So we're gonna flip it this way and sand. They're bite sizes, little guys. Probably I still have to fix Bruno, by the way. I've been kind of putting that off because, man, the fix Bruno last time was really nerve-wracking. Now I gotta fix him again. We don't talk about Bruno, no. For those curious, Bruno is a type of trilobite that I broke the one of his little antennae off, or his arms, whatever you want to call it, when I reached for another rock. And now I gotta fix him again. What is this? Poo. See, at a different angle, I can see that there's some stuff down here we had to grind out still as well. Dang it. Very add a good firm pressure on the wheel. Not a lot, just enough to kind of make sure that the grit can really get in there and work out that issue. We don't want those little sparkles. That is a nice piece. I really wish I could show you guys what I'm looking at here. Maybe we can zoom in. Zoom all the way in. No, it doesn't show on camera, but it's there. It's this whole... Oh my gosh, now I gotta find it again. There are little sections in here where the diamond wheel left little impact marks, so small that they could potentially show after they've been polished. So we're going to do our best to get that out the best we can. And that might be an ash pocket right there. That's a little ash pocket that's right there. It's not a big deal though. The big deal is the scratches. We don't want scratches. Oh, nice, Ghost. Do you also have a Samsung? Oh, nice, Ghost. That's what my actually that's what we're recording on right now. And I got those defects out. Except for down here, we have to do the same thing over here. Everywhere else is good. Oh, it's also a super moon tonight. We wouldn't know. We have overcast and rain right now. Oh, I really need to change the clocks in here. My clock still stays at 7 o'clock, even though it's not 7 o'clock. In fact, one clock says it's 7 o'clock, the other clock says it's 7:10, and my phone says it's 6:08. I have those in here. I used to have a little portable alarm clock. It was mostly metal. I wanted to assume that it was probably made in the 50s or 60s, and maybe 70s. I don't know. But I would wind it up because I would fall asleep to the sound of the ticking clock. And I've been trying to find a similar clock to it, and I can't. In a minute. Be gone, Scratch. I banished you from this project. We all want to see this getting polished. Got it. Alright. Now we can go to the next step. Well, hi there, Doug. Doug, I don't know if you saw my response to your email, but I got you. Just let me know when you're ready, and then I'll make sure it gets sent out. And now we can go to the next stage. Oh, lucky Doug. I was telling Amy, like, I would actually like to take some time off after this next weekend, but that's not going to happen. What's going to happen is after this weekend, the lives will continue back at home. And I think next weekend, we're going to kind of take it easy a little bit. We'll probably do some cabs, and then some auctions, I think, next weekend. Just kind of like keep it easy and low key, because I'm going to be like really kind of burnt out from like all the work at the warehouse. It's a lot of work. I'll have some help on Friday though. Josh is going to be there. One of his employees, Lauren, will be there helping us out. Help me pulling stuff for us while we're live, and then put stuff back, and hopefully it'll help a little bit. But then Saturday and Sunday I'll be by myself there at the warehouse. Well, Doug, I appreciate the compliment. I mean, I feel like I could be doing more. I know I could be doing more. I think this today was very lazy. I didn't really want to do much today. I kind of took a lot of it kind of horizontal. Really lazy day today. Yeah, you know, Ryan, so I think Josh and I, we're probably going to sit down. We're going to go over the beads that he has there and like compare to like the stuff I already have. And then probably do those next weekend. I still want to make a video and get that video on the website, like all the beads I have on hand. Because like, it just takes so long to show those. But I think we'll probably do like a discount, probably not the beads won't be discounted, but a lot of the cabs will be next weekend. Since we're not doing a lot of the cabs at the showroom because we already have a lot of those same cabs here at home. But I'll make up for it. Promise. Keep it low key and easy for old Kyle over here. Hey guys. I bought something. So as you know, you guys' claim trays are over here. These ones we use claim trays, all those black ones. I'm waiting for a blue one to show up But now we have blue, or sorry, yellow. I'm waiting for the blue one. Yellow. Wait a second. No, I think there's a red one that's supposed to be showing up. But we have yellow, and we have white. I think with the new space, I kind of want to get all white ones. I like how that looks. It's very clean looking. For those that didn't see the post, I did a couple doodles here. And I kind of want to have like all the claim trays like next to the, like in front of me, and then maybe just not have like any like moving like carts at all, if I can avoid it the best I can. But yeah. I think I'm gonna get a bunch of these because I like that. It's probably gonna help it make it look nice and clean for that desk. But I thought I got red, and maybe it'll be here tomorrow. But also this will help Amy when she's doing her live sales, because eventually I'm gonna kind of transition to these ones from these ones. That way when she's live and I'm helping her, and let's say if she's like looking for like Ghost box, I can be like, yeah, Ghost, he's in the yellow tray, or he's on the yellow tower, because a lot of times I know where all your guys' boxes are by memory. Even if I do move them around, I know they're at. Washable paint. I consider doing spray paint too. Actually, I should just do spray paint. It might be cheaper. I'll do that maybe on a week that I'm not working, so it has time to dry. Rock Club is having a sale tomorrow. I'll be selling. Oh, nice, Doug. Now I have your problem. How much? What was shipping and taxes from Africa? Yeah. Yeah, shipping from Africa. I'm not looking forward to that for the next batch. Spent. Wait. Yeah. I'm starting to wonder though if the shed probably won't get here until like the new year. Just because of, I haven't reached out yet. I'm trying to like trust the process, and I'm sure the geotechnical people are probably backed up, but I just have a feeling that Amy might be right, because she was saying that the shed probably won't get here until the beginning of the year. And I'm like, no, it wouldn't take that long. And now I'm thinking it actually might take that long. Which is fine. It gives me time to kind of like pre-purchase like the insulation and the shiplap, because I'm gonna do shiplap on the inside, and then paint this. I'll probably just do white, I think. Don't go crazy too much. Hopefully the white will help make the maybe like a light gray, or like a soft gray. I don't know yet. I am trying to pick out colors. Size here. I'm not going to polish the sides, but I will at least sand them. Oh, hello there, James. Yes, this is Fire Obsidian, and it's a really nice piece. Got fire on both sides. We're gonna go live for a little bit. Amy's suggestion, go live. I was like, maybe I should go live. She's like, you need to do it. So when the shed does eventually happen, he gets here, everything is all said and done. The inside's all done, all painted, everything's in its place. I don't think I want to scale up any more than that. I want to keep things at a reasonable size. Because a lot of times, what I've seen is like, or what I've heard of like other like crystal shops, they scale up to a certain point where they almost regret scaling up. And I don't want to scale up to the point where I have to like get like I have to buy out a bigger space. I don't want to do that. I want to keep things comfortable. Because I think the only other way that I could really scale up is where if I were to actually add on to the garage, but at a smaller scale, and to avoid like the square footage limit that the city of Corvallis has. Because like when you go up to a certain square footage here in town, that's when they want the permits. They want like everything just so. And maybe not scale up to that point. Keep things small. Keep it comfortable. Unless I win the lottery, and then I can afford to buy out a shopping center. I have the world's largest rock shop. Well, thank you, Luke. Yeah, if you like the channel, double tap the screen, hit the like button, share, and subscribe. Thank you, Luke. I'm not really good at reminding people, so thank you for that. If I could afford it, I would hire Amy full time to be my communications manager. That way I can respond to stuff quicker, faster, and then maybe hire another person to do all the editing and all the promotion for the channel and stuff. Because I'm really bad at self promotion. I'm really bad at it. I'm trying to be better somehow, some way. I'm rambling on. Not so hot. Not so hot. This sounds so hot, I'm having a hard time holding on to it. Oh Lord. Heaven to Betsy. Man. Well, hi there, M. It was really funny. I do have a secondary email. It's worldofrockhounds.llc@gmail.com, and had someone reach out about the copper in Chalcedony, and like I was going crazy. I'm like, I saw an email come through, and I saw an email/message come through, and I was struggling to try to figure out where it was coming, like where it came from, and what it was, like who it was, and I'm like, I know I saw this email, and I probably spent a couple hours like trying to like wrap my head around like, okay, where did I see this message at? And I was at the showroom yesterday, and I'm like, I wonder if it's on my other email. Sure enough, there it was. I knew I wasn't crazy. I saw it, and it was there. I'm like, thank goodness. Luke, this is actually it's a company that's actually here in Oregon that makes these. These wheels have not come in, so we're actually working here. I'll show you here. So this machine is made out of Springfield. The wheels that come with it, they're not good wheels. In fact, I gave the last wheels to Jared over there currently rock hounding. I'm like, hey, if you want, you can have these. I will just ship them to you if you want them. You can refinish them, but the wheels are garbage. And when he got them, he even agreed. He's like, yeah, there wasn't a whole lot of like coating on these wheels. So this is actually again, custom made machine. I I'm using Nova wheels, except for this. This is actually one of the diamond wheels that came with the machine. But I use Nova wheels. This machine is pretty good for the most part. There are a couple things I wish that would a little bit different. For example, this machine could house 8-inch wheels. The tops here are adjustable up and down. The only downside is I would have to come over here, cut away the aluminum in order to fit those 8-inch wheels onto this machine. But other than that, it's actually a pretty good machine. And I do have a Genie too. I do have a Genie. It's got a tablet in there right now. So I got a Genie over there. If I can afford it, I would love to have a Titan, but also I might just end up getting a 8-inch Kingsley North model because those are pretty clean looking. But it works for what I need it for. Trying to hurry because I think dinner might already be done. Orange chicken and rice. We actually might be done with this stage. I didn't really need a whole lot of this stage here. You're welcome, Luke. I have a friend of mine that's selling her CAD machine. It's a similar model to this. The only difference is her machine, the armrest over here, right here, her machine is like short a little bit, which wouldn't be so bad. It would still be a good machine, but you'd have to really like, kind of like watch how much water's coming out. Otherwise, you're gonna have like a mess in your lap. If there's a lapidary company out there that would make like just a basic machine, not even with the wheels, just like have the option to pick whatever wheels you wanted for it, like on your own, like on your own accord. I think a lot of people would probably be more apt to buy this like a blank one ready to go. There's no live. Yes, Janet. We're giving Ghost first dibs on this piece. I haven't figured out the price of it yet, and once I get to figure out the price and Ghost is yes, this will go to Ghost. But if the Ghost is nay, depending on what the price ends up being, then we'll go from there. But preemptively, we're gonna give Ghost first dibs on this piece once we get to that point. All right, we can now go to the next stage. There are some scratches from the 280 grit, but that will come out with the next stage. In fact, Ghost, what I can do is, before we go too much further, we're not going to be losing a whole lot of weight off these next steps. It's not taking really hardly any material at all. So we can go ahead and get this weighed really quick. Focus. Thank you. I can't wait for these shelves to be gone. Okay. Let's get that a little bit. Turn that on. Dry this off. Get all the water off. Okay. Go ahead and tear that out. Let's see. What is going on with my thing? Oh, that's why. Okay. Oops. 1 grams. Yeah, I'm not going to charge that much for it. All right, so it came to 30.23 grams, but I'm going to run it down to, let's call it 30 grams. And I'm just going to, I don't have a good spot to write that, so I might put a sticky note. Sticky notes. Well, the Tomcat, Josh. All right. So 30 grams. Let's see here. So 30.30, it's saying 750, but I'm not going to charge that kind of money for this. 750. Okay. So really quickly. So just so you know, I'm not going to charge this amount for this piece. Usually at bare minimum, I kind of start at 25 a gram just for a word to start. I'm not going to charge that kind of money for this. In fact, gosh, let me think here. So that is what, here, let me back up a little bit. A lot of people that'll be like, hey, I can make a lot of money off Fire Obsidian. A lot of people will probably start off with that and be like, all right, this is like $700 for this piece. I'm not going to charge that for this piece because one, I didn't pay an absurd amount for this piece, so I'm not looking to make a bunch of money back. So let's see here. 750 times 30 grams. One second here. I gotta do some math. Yeah, okay. So, Ghost, if you're okay with the $300 price tag, I'm willing to let this go for $300. Yeah, I'm happy with letting it go for that amount. If you're cool with it. You get first. Oops. Uh-oh. What was that sound? Oh, thank goodness, it was just a water bottle. Whew. I was really hoping the water container didn't break. But yeah, you get first dibs on it. Take your time to think about it. You don't have to say yes or no right now. Just let me know. Yes. Let me get it wet again here. Find our sweet spot here. Zoom out, and we zoom in. There we go. I have to get a little closer here. Well, there, doggy trend. I'm showing Ghost a piece of fire here. Ghost gets first dibs on it. Since the last time he did a piece of Fire Obsidian, someone was quick to the draw for this one, for the last one. There we go. That's a little better. Get that layer dips down, so you can see that layer dips down. We're trying to get this polished up before dinner time. If we don't get this polished up tonight, we'll continue this tomorrow. Because I am hungry. I haven't really eaten much today, if at all. I don't remember what I ate actually. Oh, I had a bowl of cereal at some point. Get it wet again. So yeah, by the time we get done with this, this what it should look like as far as it being polished. Except of course for this crevice is down here. Yeah, love the color that's up there. That was a really good piece. I'm glad I got this one. You got a Ghost. I'll get your name written down on the sticky note with the price so I don't forget. So I don't have to rewatch this live to figure out how much it was again. Goes to Ghost. Thank you, Ghost. Got your name on it. And of course, I'm not going to send you the bill until after I get this polished up. That way, just in case something happens, something breaks, then you're not going to be on the foot for something that's broken. And then I don't have to figure out the returns. All right. Let's go ahead and get onto the 600 grit wheel. And thank you, Ghost, for the adoption. Since that was the only piece, we had to have a bell. Where's my bell? Well, Ghost, the bell's missing, I think. Oh, here it is. Thank you, Ghost. I definitely appreciate it. It may not be black opal, but it's almost as pretty. Aw, thank you, Ghost. Definitely appreciate that compliment. Stay on. I'll try and get this. Oh, that works. Alright, move that over here, get our water going. This is 600 grit. I think we got a lot of water. Come on. There we go. And this will get out any of the deep scratches from the 280 grit. I will say that working like more flat surfaces are a little bit harder to do because this is the surface area. Domed pieces don't take near as long because that's of a surface area to work. Just take your time. We're in no rush. Again, if we don't get this polished tonight, we'll get it finished tomorrow. I won't touch it until we're live. Repels, yes. I mean, kind of. It kind of helps for a couple of different things. It helps if I drop this. Like, I'm not gonna like freak out. Like, oh no, I dropped it. Like, it's gonna help. Like, with it's super soft. But also, it helps with the camera. So like, it's like that way the camera, like my hands aren't the whitest thing that the camera sees. It kind of helps offset the color balancing a little bit. And also, like, if any kind of grit gets stuck in here, then it's easy to kind of wipe out so it doesn't end up in the water tray. Why are they cool? So we are using, this is the 600 grit right now. We have two more stages really after this. We have the 1200 next, and then followed by the 1200 would be the cerium oxide. We have 600 grits, Noble wheel. It does look cool. I think even Melissa, she's like, ooh. So I think Melissa might have already adopted the idea also as well in her machine. It'll be 600 grit, and then after that we'll be doing 1200, and then after that we'll be doing a cerium oxide on a carpet wheel. I do have a 3000 grit wheel, a 14,000 and 50,000, but I don't use that for obsidian. It doesn't need to be going. It doesn't have to go that high. You're welcome, Cole. Now there are other stones that do require a higher grit resin wheel to do polishing on, but for this obsidian and like most agates, you don't have to do that. The only time you really have to do that would be like on maybe some like really soft materials that would probably not do well with the carpet polish. Or even like the Charita wood that I showed earlier, because you don't want to get sand in your carpet wheel and contaminate it. And that would be the only instance that I would use the higher grit stages for. Cole, these wheels last me quite a while because I'm not doing polishing every single day. If I was doing a lapidary like every single day, all day, then I would probably I'd probably go through these wheels a bit faster. But since most of the stuff I'm working should be careful with what I say, because I have used these wheels for larger projects, but again, like, since I'm not doing it every single day, they last me quite a while. But I do have a Cab King in the rock room right now that I had bought from my supplier from when he moved, and I do want to kind of compare how long those wheels last compared to these wheels, and then how they work with Obsidian. Because the res wheels that come with the Cab Kings are a lot more affordable than Nova wheels. But I've been using Nova wheels for a very, very long time, and I'm very happy with the overall finish of these wheels. And so it's like, why fix? Don't fix this not broken type deal. Thank you, Cole. I appreciate the compliment. I started my channel because at that time there wasn't a lot of people doing lapidary videos, and I wanted to be able to teach people what I knew and what I've learned over doing this stuff for a long time. And now I'm no longer the only person on the interwebs doing how-to videos. Oh, nice, James. Glad it showed up quick. It always shows up quick because you're fairly close. Yeah, for those who don't know, I started my lapidary journey with Obsidian. So I was like, if I can polish Obsidian, I can polish just about anything else. Because Obsidian takes a lot of patience. A lot of patience, a good eye for detail. You don't have to do like this really high grit wheels. It's just being patient. Yeah, I mean, it kind of is. I think part of it, because of COVID, a lot of people got into rock hounding, and so the hobby for rock hounding kind of picked up, which in turn, what comes up to rock hounding? It's usually people getting into tumbling, people like want to like polish their finds, and so a lot of people got back into it. Okay, this part might take a while, I think. Yeah, this part's gonna take a while. I'm probably gonna have to take my I got a ruby around here, floating around here somewhere to kind of help clean the wheel a little bit. But I'm gonna zoom in. You should be able to see the scratches on here, so it's gonna take a little minute. So we'll probably pick up on this tomorrow. I'm hungry. Again, I haven't really hardly eaten today. But you see kind of all those, I don't want to call them scratches, but they basically are scratches. They're a little bit deeper, so we got to spend some extra time with the 600 before we go to 1200. Because the 1200 could get those out, but it may not be as clean. So we're going to go ahead and we'll spend some more time on this tomorrow. I promise I will not touch this until we are live again tomorrow. So that way you can all be a part of this whole process. Yeah, those scratches need to come out. But that's a beautiful piece. I mean, we don't even have the polish. I mean, it's not even polished. I mean, look at that. Look at that. That's a nice bright piece. That's a beautiful piece. And the blues is over here. Beautiful. Striations. Yeah, thank you, Street Justice. Sorry, my brain's not like braining. It's not doing its word like it should. But yeah, the whole point of today's video is kind of like show you kind of what to look for if you're going to be buying Fire Obsidian. Because, there's people out there that are selling this as Fire Obsidian, and it's not. And that was kind of mainly today's point, was to show the difference between this and this. Because, yeah, this is gold sheen. That's mahogany. That's gold sheen. That's gold sheen. And this is gold sheen. That does have fire in it, but it's mostly gold sheen. Like, if If I were, I mean, you can probably still make a cab off that little corner right there. It'd be really cool. But that is, it's mostly gold sheen. And that's the whole point is please, please, please just kind of watch what you're buying online, because I don't want to see you all get ripped off. Because if you pull the eBay listing here, they're selling this piece for $370 some odd dollars for a big old rough piece of gold sheen. So watch what you're buying out there. I'll even show you. There's actually a piece of Fire Obsidian for sale. Where is it? Ah, here we go. There we go. Like that. That's on eBay right now. That's a good piece. I think was it 15 carats? So, oh gosh, I can't think. Was it 3 grams? Yeah, 3 grams. Yeah, there's 5 carats to a gram, so 3 grams. Oh gosh, how much was that piece? That piece was 124. So 125 divided by 3 grams. So yeah, they're selling that piece for about almost $42 per gram for that one piece that's right here. And for it not being a finished stone, it's kind of high for that cost. Yeah, you would have to sell the piece for like towards closer to $100 a gram to really like recoup your money back on that project. So that one, it's a good piece, but again, you have to sell it for quite a high amount to really recoup your cost. So I'm just trying to help you all a little bit, best I can. Because, there's people out there that are trying to get the most money out of Fire Obsidian, which I get. But at the same time, just because something could get priced at XYZ doesn't mean it's going to sell at that price at XYZ. Go right here. Don't fall down. Okay. Tomorrow's Thursday. I think River might be home tomorrow. So if I go live, it might be not until late afternoon if I go live. In fact, that might be River. I'll be out in a minute, okay? So yeah, we'll pick this up tomorrow late afternoon, my time. Probably between 4 and 5-ish. And then we should for sure be able to get this polished up. So, yeah. Thank you, Cole, for stopping by. And you have a good night too, Opal Guy. And, yeah, Ghost, keep an eye out for... I can't remember if I told you. Keep an eye out for used equipment first. That we can kind of get started on affordable stuff. Because you can always upgrade at any given time. Or you can buy brand new. I would, for saws, I would almost recommend brand new. I don't know about you, I hate cleaning saws. I am to the point where if I ever get a big saw, like a 24-inch saw, I'm just going to buy a brand new one. Or pay someone else to clean it, because I'm not going to touch it. Well, thank you, Reptile. I appreciate that. Yeah, so tomorrow we will finish that piece. And I'm trying to think what else. My idea to take stuff to the showroom tomorrow and prep for Friday's live sale. Kind of kicking myself in the butt already, as far as I'm probably bit off more than I can chew doing 3 days in a row instead of just 2 days. It's okay. It'll be fine. We'll just take it easy next week. So yeah, I'm gonna go have some dinner. I hope you all do the same, and I will see you tomorrow later afternoon. We'll get that piece polished up and make it look all pretty. So bye everybody. Thanks for tuning in, and sleep well. Sweet dreams. Mwah. It's a friendly kiss. Okay. Bye.